Okay, I am here at another Ford dealership dropping off the red Ford Explorer. See you in 2 months. Shuttle service. Ford Expedition, nice. Where do I see? Okay. Okay guys, here at Jollibee Westheimer. This Jollibee chicken. Jollibee. Okay, so I dropped off my wife's Ford Explorer in a Ford dealership in Southwest Houston. Why? Last vlog about the Explorer is before we left for Colorado. We thought our problem was done, because we left it at the dealership. Okay, just to recap, initially we noticed the problem of the Ford Explorer first week or last week of July, and then we brought it to, I cannot name the actual dealership, but in Katy, Ford in Katy area is like 15 to 20 minutes away, and they told us that their dealership is missing one person, or is missing some mechanics in the transmission department, so they cannot even check just to diagnose. The Ford Explorer will take 2 months. So basically they're telling us to go to another dealership. So we went to another dealership going down to Memorial Katy area, and they accepted the car. So that's when we dropped it off before going on a vacation to Colorado. So we dropped it off, and the same day the service advisor called me and said, oh, we found out, we checked the records, that you did the PCM recall at the other dealership. My manager doesn't want me to touch this car. You should bring this car to that dealership that did the PCM update or reprogram. So I told the service advisor that, can you help me out, because that dealership doesn't want to take us in. So where do you want us to go, right? So he said, oh, I'll talk to my manager. And that's the last I heard from him. And we went on vacation. So 2 weeks, I've never heard from him, never heard from that service advisor about the car. No follow-ups, no texts. So I decided to call him, and found out that they did not touch the car for 2 weeks because of the same issue, that the manager doesn't want us to touch this because your PCM was reprogrammed in another dealership. So initially we were mad, and even the manager, service manager, doesn't want to talk to us. We left a couple of messages to explain and to express our inconvenience, making us believe that they are working on our car because it's been 2 weeks. But what can you do? So we just picked it up, brought it back to the first dealership, and told them what that dealership told us. So we said, oh, this dealership doesn't want to touch our car because you reprogrammed the PCM, blah blah blah, and they really don't want to take us in. Is saying that they're backed up 2 to 3 months in the transmission department. So we just decided to take the car home. But before going home, we brought it to a private mechanic, and asked that mechanic to diagnose what he thinks of the problem. So the following day we went back And he said, oh, it's a transmission issue. Okay, so it's confirmed it's the transmission, because initially the manager of the first dealership was asking me if I'm sure that it's a transmission problem. Is there any light? Is there any wrench light for a transmission problem? I said no, no. And also, although I'm not a mechanic, I saw a video on YouTube with the same symptoms. It's a Ford Edge, shaking on stops, worse on reverse, torque converter. Okay, so the other day I was looking for another Ford dealership, which is much further away. That same thing happened. They refused us, telling us that they're backed up in terms of transmission jobs, 2 to 3 months. Until I found this dealership from Southwest Houston, and the customer service asked me when do I want to bring the car in. I said tomorrow, so that's today. I brought the car in, and then they received the car, and then the new the service advisor here in Southwest Houston told me they also backed up 2 months. I think 2 months. Okay, so I said it's okay for me. I think as long as they take us in, then we're fine with that. Or we're already in line. That's important. It's worse than it's just sitting in my driveway, right? So what else? Yeah, it's gonna take 2 months. Wait and see. And he looked at the records and found out that we already did the PCM reprogram, PCM recall, and he still took us in. So it's a big improvement from the other dealerships. Okay, so I asked for a loaner car. He said they're out of loaner cars. Okay, so I just asked for a shuttle service here at Jollibee, which is 10.4. Their shuttle service. I am 29 miles away, so I asked to be dropped off here. I can eat some snacks or lunch, and then just Uber the rest of the 19 miles going home. Win-win. So that is the quick update on the quest to fix the Ford Explorer. I was telling the customer service, I filed a complaint online regarding those two dealerships that refused us, especially the dealership that took us in and then sat the car for 2 weeks and did nothing. That's bad customer service. So I told them that when I was buying the car, they did not treat us this way, pointing to another, go to another dealership, go to that dealership. Now that I need help with the car, they are refusing us. They're pointing on another dealership. Oh, go there, go there. Okay. So I realized that it's not the brand, it's not Ford actually, it's the dealership that makes the difference or make it worse. Because I was telling the customer service online that, can you tell this dealership to take us in? And she said no, because they are independent business. They have the right to refuse customers. Okay, so we will just go to another dealership. That's basically it. So initially we said, because when we were mad at how they were treating us, this is gonna be our last Ford, because we have a Ford Expedition, Ford Explorer. Then I realized it's not the brand, as long as the brand like Ford took care of their customers through their extended warranties. Just imagine if your torque converter breaks and Ford said, oh no, you're done with the 5 years. right? I still appreciate the extended warranty, as long as you find a good dealership to get it done, to get it fixed. Anyway, time for lunch, and thank you for listening to my rant or my story about the Ford Explorer. It's just a lot of stress to the family if one of your cars broke, especially if you use it for work, and those dealerships are not helping. So that's it, guys. Gonna the place. This is Jollibee, Westheimer, Target, Burlington, and they have Red Ribbon on the other side. Red Ribbon is Filipino bakery. You can find ubi cakes over there. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.